Hello and welcome to our next video in our series of DevOps focused videos where we go over how you can use Contrast to simplify your DevOps efforts. In this video, we're going to be going over how you can use the RESTful API to automate some of the things that you would normally have to do in Contrast. These can be just regular tasks that you and your team will have to do, but you know that they will always be done the same way. So rather than do it manually, you can run a REST API command to do the same. Our TeamServer and our agents are completely built using the same REST API that you have full access to. So anything that you can do within the TeamServer can also be done through a REST API command as well. So let's get started. The first thing I want to point out is our website where we have every single REST API endpoint fully documented. This is where you can go to just learn more about the REST API, learn the different parameters that you'll need for all the various endpoints. And also there's a test playground within this website itself. So you can use that test playground to figure out whether the command that you want to try out is working correctly, whether the data that's getting outputted from the command is what you're expecting, and just in general play around with the REST API. So it's very useful, and I highly recommend you use this website if you are thinking about using the REST API with Contrast. So let's take a look at some of the common values that you'll need to make almost every single REST API call. The first one is the authorization header. The authorization header is a base64 encoded hash of your login username and the service key. Base64 encoding is a fairly common practice in making sure that your login credentials are secure. So how we do base64 encoding is with your username, the service key. So the service key can be found in your TeamServer once you're logged in. You can see that in the screenshot below. The next header is the API key, which can also be found in that same location in the screenshot below. That's just another key that you'll need as a separate header in the REST API call. For the API key, you don't need to make any sort of changes to the value that's in TeamServer. You just copy it right from TeamServer and right into your REST API call. And then third header, which is used in a lot of different commands, is the organization key, also the organization ID. And that can be also obtained from the TeamServer. There's two places that you can get that. One is from the URL of the TeamServer itself once you're logged in, and then the other one is from settings. And I'll go over how you can get that organization ID. So now that we've covered some of the basics of the REST API call, let's just dive right into it and make a few example commands ourselves. So take a look at the next video where we'll go over an example of how you can use the API to download a Java agent to any path that you'd like, all through a single command. Other examples that we'll also cover is how you can create a user in TeamServer and how you can download all vulnerabilities in an application. So stay tuned.